Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And as you've seen in the title, I'm letting go of this deck, and I just wanted to make a quick video to present you the deck because you're not gonna see it anymore if I'm letting go of it. But also explain you a little bit the reasons why I'm letting go of this deck, where it comes from, and where you can find it if you are interested. But let's go ahead and I will present you the deck first and like the Kickstarter, because this was a Kickstarter. It was a Kickstarter by Alejandro R. Rozan. He's making a lot of decks. He has made a lot of decks, and this is his latest one, which is the PIXIE'S Marseille Tarot, which has for goal to present the Marseille Tarot as if Pixie would have drawn it, so with her art style, kind of. He's done a little bit of a similar concept before that, which is the Rider Marseille Tarot, which I will show you as well, because I have it and I'm not letting go of this deck. But anyways, so it came with this hardcover, sorry, which is a very good book and a very complete guidebook. It has a lot of information about, so it comes with different parts, so part 1, 2, and 3. Part 1 is before we explore the cards, so it speaks a little bit of Alejandro's stories with tarot, then the Tarot Marseille and the Rider-Waite-Smith history, the Rider Marseille Tarot, which again is there. I will show you after, but it's this one, explaining a little bit like this was the first step that led him to do this deck after. But yeah, then we have the major arcana, and then we have the minor arcana. So it's a very complete book. So you have an introduction, then as I said, you have different stories about the Tarot Marseille, and the Rider-Waite-Smith, and how they are different from each other's. Then the first bridge between, before and today with this deck. A brief history of Pixie, rediscovering Pixie's art style and her story, and yeah, it's very complete, very good deck. And then we have the heart of the deck, what is not seen at first glance, and then you have a description of the card. So major arcana are full size picture on the book. The book is fully colored, is glossy, and is very good quality. So for the full, you have all of this information that speaks about the Marseille, the Rider-Waite-Smith, all the signification, why Pixie depicted it like this, all these type of things. And then you have keywords, basic meaning, light and shadow meaning. So you have this for all the cards in the major. And then you have the minor arcana, which are here. So there are some extra cards, as you can see, which I will show you in a minute, but there are some extra cards and cards drawn differently. Yeah, but anyway, for the rest, we have a little depiction of the card, again in color, with a tinier text, a smaller text, but you still have keywords, light and shadow meanings. And then at the end you have a spread. I think there's a spread, so there's a bibliography, and then yeah, there's Pixie stage, the spread here, and then you have final words and everything. So it's very complete book. And again, I'm doing this video just to present the deck because I won't have another opportunity to do it, because I'm letting go of it, and I suspect it's going to go quite quickly, because I consider this still kind of a collector item. But yeah, so what did I want to say? Yeah, I'm going to show you the deck now, but yeah, I just want to say it's great quality. I don't have anything against the quality of the deck or the quality of the book or anything like this. Production quality, Kickstarter experience it was great. Even, I had issues with my delivery. I don't know why, but I couldn't update the delivery address in the Kickstarter platform, so I had to message Alejandro my email address manually, kind of. So it was not done in the system, it was done by him, and he's been very kind and everything arrived like it should. So very good experience. So it's not to criticize anything like this. I'm just showing you the deck and explaining you why I'm letting go of it. So this again came in a very good quality hard box. It's kind of embossed with this blue, which is the same as the gilding. Here, the only thing I would say is the black on blue like this is a little bit hard to read, but that's the only thing I would say. And then the box itself is even like decorated, so it's very pretty. And then here you have a little bit of a text that says that the signature of Pamela Coleman-Smith appears on the cards, but it's not intended to indicate authorship or impersonation. So it's not to indicate that Pamela Coleman-Smith did this artwork or impersonate her. It's just more of an homage. That's it. An homage to her and her art and her big part in tarot history. And now we have the cards. So these are the backs of the card. The cardstock is very good. This is a glossy finish. And as you could see when I was taking the deck, this is also edged in this kind of like light metallic blue. So again, I had expectations because I have one of his decks, which I will show you now. This is again the Rider Marseille, which I love. I was expecting the same kind of finish because as you can see, you won't be able to see, I think, but this one is a massive deck compared to this one. You can pretty much see there is like, it's almost half. It's almost half the size. So this was also something that had an impact on the decisions I'm making today, I'm making today to letting go of this deck. But yeah, this is nothing to blame on Alejandro or anything like this. I probably didn't read the details of the campaign, but I didn't know it was going to be printed on glossy cardstock. I was expecting a linen cardstock like this with a kind of like a more matte finish. But that's my own expectations. So I was a bit disappointed by this. I also think that, this deck, as I said, is quite big, is quite massive. And because it's glossy and big, to me, it's a little bit harder to shuffle and to handle. I mean, I haven't used it, so I can't say 100%, but even when I, try to look at it and everything, I feel like it's very slippery and it bothers me a little bit. But again, that's personal preference. That's not to say that it's a bad produced deck, it's personal. As I said, we do have some extra cards. So we have Juno for the puppets, if you want to replace it, and then for the Pope we have Jupiter. So again, you have different cards that you can use there if you want to use all of them, if you want to use only one of them. But yeah, so the art style is very good. I mean, I don't have anything to say about this. I love the kind of mix between Marseille and Rider-Waite-Smith. But again, so here you have the devil, or the devil, you have two representations of the devil. Here you have, it's kind of the same, I guess. Here is the tower or the house of God, and then here is the lightning. So it's kind of like you choose. But yeah, I like the art style and the fact that it's like kind of like a mix between the two. But what I would say is that, again, it's my own fault, is that I already have this one and I didn't really need another one. So I backed the Kickstarter because I thought it was an interesting concept, but to me it still feels like it's basically the same or similar to what is there. So it's not really, but I can't explain. I feel like what I was expecting this deck to do is the same as what I would expect this deck to do. So I don't think I need the two in my collection. And because of quality uh, preferences and production preferences, I'd rather keep this one than this one. But both of them to me have kind of the same place in my tarot collection. So I just need one basically. The other thing I would say is these images, for example, this one, there's something that bothers me about the faces being hidden by this. I don't know, it bothers me for some reasons. It gives me mutant type of vibe. It gives me, The Last of Us mushroom heads type of energy, which it's not my art style. I don't really like creepy decks. I don't have a lot of them, so it's not something that I have in my collections. And yeah, this to me is not creepy, but it's just weird to me. The fact that the cup is in the middle of the face and then there are all these kind of plants coming out of it, it's just, I don't like it. I don't like this depiction. So that's also one of the reasons why there's the 7 and 8. Well, here we have the 5, but the 5 is not too problematic, but the 7 I really hate it. The fact that the spikes are coming out of the head of the person, I don't like it. The 8, I don't like it because I like to read my 8 of swords as someone who can escape from the limitations, and here you can clearly see this person is trapped, and it feels more difficult for her to escape, which I don't like. This is not how I read the 8 of swords. So you can see now this is nothing personal to the deck. It's just my own way of reading, my own preferences regarding I don't like preferences regarding quality and production, and preferences regarding images and the way I feel about these images. I think the concept is interesting. This one is also like, I don't like it. The fact that the flower is coming out of the person's head just bothers me. It's just making me feel uh, uneasy. It's just creepy to me. So but yeah, it's a very interesting deck. I think it's a collector item. I think it's an interesting concept, and I'm glad Alejandro explored it. But I don't think it's a deck for me. I don't think I will ever use it. Actually, since I got it, I didn't even, I usually cleanse a deck. I take time to, go through all the images, and I read the book, and I sage and blah blah blah, and I didn't do any of this. I don't know, there's something I felt already when I opened it. I was like, it's not for me. And I think partially it's because I already have this one which I love. It's a very good deck, and it's kind of blending again Marseille with Rider-Waite-Smith. So this one is more like a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, um, drawn in the Marseille style. So it's different. The concept is different. It's not like if Pixie drew the Marseille. It's a different concept. But I prefer this one. I prefer this one for quality. I prefer this one for the images. I prefer this one for the size, all of this. So yeah, I am letting go of the PIXIE'S Marseille Tarot, and it's not even a month, 2 months old, I would say. I think I received it a month and a half ago, and I haven't used it. I haven't felt the need to use it. I haven't felt the need to, when you receive a new deck, sometimes you want to handle it a lot of time. You know, you're watching TV and suddenly you say, oh, I'm gonna look at my new deck, and I haven't expressed or haven't felt the need to do that with this deck. Again, there's something about it that straight away spoke to me, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna use this deck. At first I wanted to keep it because it's a collector item, as I said, but it will, if it's a collector item, it will be better in someone that can appreciate everything about the deck, from the quality, from the images, from the book, from everything. So I will give it, or I will sell it to a real collector. But yeah, if you're interested, I will put a Vinted link, or a link to my Vinted where it's going to be posted, so you can buy it. Obviously, I'm not gonna let it go for cheap either, because it's new, it's brand new. I haven't used it. I received it a month and a half ago. I paid for it. So it's not gonna go for cheap. So don't expect something cheap. But yeah, if you're interested, message me. We can discuss, we can speak about it, and we'll see. But yeah, that's a short video. I just wanted to present you this deck because I won't have another opportunity to do it if it goes, and explain you as well why you're not going to see it in any walkthroughs, any tags, any, you know, top 10, top 5, top whatever, because it's gonna go. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have this deck and if you felt the same, or if in the opposite way it's the deck that you absolutely love from the first time and you don't think that you could ever let go of this deck. It's always interesting to see how people react differently to images, to decks, to, you know, quality, production, all these type of things. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.